You're welcome.
Oh, good. Now we're problem solved. Greg's in charge.
Figured it out.
And I'm recording. Okay, so Roxanne just asked the question, who's ever hidden food from other people? So everybody said yes? Yeah? Okay. So Roxanne, can you elaborate on that, please?
Can I elaborate on that? Well, everybody kind of know that you've done that, right? I wanted to ask first if you did this when you were a kid. If you remember doing it when you were a kid. So for example, your parents, you wanted a piece of candy or something, or you wanted some kind of junk or whatever, and your parents said no. Would you sneak it anyways? Would you find some time to like go behind their back and sneak it and maybe hide the wrapper somewhere, you know? That kind of example. No says you get. Good for you. Anybody do that? Maybe? Not sure? Making faces? I don't know. I can't tell if people are saying yes
You
or no.
thumbs up and thumbs down. So yes,
Yeah.
I've done it. Yeah. No, I don't think I've done
yes. it. Yes. Exactly. Okay. All right. So this week we're just kind of gonna get you to focus on, and Jose said she still does it, and I do it too. I still do it as well. Right? But so this week when you do it, what I'm going to get you guys to do is think about it as you're doing it, and ask yourself this question: why am I doing this? Why am I hiding? Who am I hiding from? Right? Are you doing it in secret and you're okay with eating what you're eating, but you don't want to be judged by somebody else? You know, maybe somebody else is like, whoa, Roxanne, you're having like another piece of chocolate or whatever that might be, right? Is it for fear of being judged by others, or is it sort of lying to yourself as well? Like, how do you feel when you do it, and why? Ask yourself why. Why are you doing it? Cool? Mm-hmm. Will we do that? Will we try that? Everybody says that they do it, right? You guys notice if you do it on a regular basis, or if it's just kind of a randomy thing, or
if you want to say something, you can like put your hand up and I'll unmute you.
Lying to myself. Okay, just typing. Jose's typing. I can't see what everybody else is saying now. Okay.
So Jose said, said, for me, it's almost like I'm lying to myself. Okay. Can you elaborate on that? Making her think. And anybody else, feel free to write as well. Oh, Pooch. Or if Huguette has anything that she might like to add, or Ghislaine is here, or Sylvie as well. I know Roxanne was on. If you guys have anything that you might want to add to it, why do you think you might do it, if you do it?
It's almost like you do it because, how can I say this? You want to do it, you feel you don't deserve it, so you hide it. Okay. And then it just makes you do it more often or at a higher quantity, because there's really no satisfaction in it from that one piece, that one little thing. Okay. So you're coming from a place of you're doing it because you feel like you don't deserve it, so you need to hide it. Well, not necessarily not deserve. When I said it, maybe I should elaborate. Not that don't deserve the food. Okay. There's something that's not this, that we're not deserving. I'm not deserving of, and by doing this, it's like, hey, nice. I'm having that piece of candy. I'm having that bowl of chips, and nobody can stop me because it's okay. Ruby. Okay. So it's not necessarily the food then. It's something else that you think that you might not deserve in your life, or that you're not worthy of in your life. So you're seeking pleasure from food. Yeah, but that's been for 30 years now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So maybe, do you journal at all? No.
You journal and write stuff? Okay. Do you reflect on the things you do, or do you just like, do you reflect or do you question on some of those things that you do?
Not at the time. It's like right
Okay.
now I am,
Right.
but
Okay.
as I do it, it's not.
Okay. Okay. So say hi. So a suggestion for that might be just to look into it, because the only person that knows why you truly do it is you, right? So maybe, you can get yourself a journal if you like, because sometimes it feels good to just write that out. But as you're doing it, think for that moment, what particularly do you think that you're not worthy of? It is why you're eating this. Maybe you think you're not worthy of, oh my God, it can be like so many things, right? You're retired now, so I'm trying to think of things that you might, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank, but for you, maybe just think, what do you think you're not worthy of right now that's drawing you towards eating that junk food to feel pleasure? You know what I mean? And kind of elaborate on that, and just keep asking yourself why. So it tends to.
So I wanted to add that in Jose's message to everybody, she wrote, it's like no one else sees it and I don't have to be accountable for it. So that that might have struck a chord for a few of you for sure. So we hide it because we're trying to protect something, right? A lot of what we do comes from the mind, right? So we're constantly trying to protect ourselves because we're at the core of it, we're afraid of what other people are going to think about us, right? So we hide this scoop of peanut butter or whatever it is because we feel that if they know, then they'll judge us.
Be judged. Mm-hmm.
Right? So there's that coming at it from a place of the mind and what other people expect from us or what we expect from ourselves, versus coming at it from the heart space, right? And if you asked your heart, it would just say like, you're just love. That's all you are in that moment, right? And in every moment. But it's that tendency to always have to have that protectiveness, to be protected, right? So when you talk about deservingness and worthiness, am I deserving, and that fear around it, that's what comes up, is that mind part of things. Yeah.
Anybody else? There was another part that Jose wrote about something about journaling that I caught it really quick, but I can't see any of the chats.
So she wrote, quit smoking years ago by journaling, should start again.
Nice. That's awesome. Cool. You should tell her that we deserve health instead. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Yeah. But that's not to say like that you do deserve health, for sure. But eating some of those foods or whatever that make us feel good, those foods that give us pleasure. I mean, we are beings that seek pleasure, right? We need pleasure and it's okay. But some of us tend to overindulge in those pleasures, right? So it's about, when you do have those types of foods, maybe next time have it out in the open and feel good about having it. Okay, so what if you have a chocolate bar, or so what if you have that every now and then? It might help you to, exactly what Jose just wrote, it might help you to feel a little bit more balanced and to not feel like you have to hide for anything, right? Because we do need pleasure. We do, and it's a good thing. But you might notice that when you come out of that hiding, that you feel a little bit better about it. Do you know what I mean? You might feel like, okay, I'm feeling good now. I can let go of these expectations of myself, but I can also let go of these expectations that I think that others have of me, right? because maybe they do, but maybe they don't. But does that matter? No, right? We can let go of our own judgments towards ourselves, but also and expectations, but also the judgments and expectations that we think that others have towards us, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
I think what Roxanne said there is very important.
Yeah.
Right? It's
yeah.
a lot of what we do in our daily lives is not, it's actually what we think others expect of us and not what's actually true in the moment, right? It's, well, I hide my food because my parents will think that I'm a bad kid for sneaking food. So we hide it, right? And even though we're all adults now, we have years of conditioning and growing up that have almost become who we think we're supposed to be, or they become our identity in a way, right? So we hide food. I mean, the crazy part is it's a scoop of peanut butter, right? That was what I did today, because again, we're all human, right? And I was at my parents' house and I had a scoop of peanut butter from the jar, and the craziest thing was that nobody was at my parents' house but me. Because it's not about, you can be hiding food from your parents as if you're in that little child mind, right? That years ago type of thing. So it's just like Roxanne said, to ask yourself why, and not to beat yourself up over it, but just to become more aware of what you're doing in the moment.
Yeah. Awareness is key. Mm-hmm. Awareness and asking yourself why. Why do I do this? Not judging why. Oh, I do this, you know, and then you have this answer that you don't like, so you feel bad about yourself. Just asking yourself why. Simply, why do I do this? Just to learn more about yourself instead of being on autopilot all the time and just going through the motions. Waking up a little bit. Awareness. It's just about waking up to you.
Yeah.
Sylvie wrote something too, Greg, that
She did. You want me to read it?
Sure.
So Sylvie was talking about preparing in advance. So preparing good food in advance, which is very true, right? If you want to have a more quote unquote successful weekend, it's about preparing things that are going to be easy to grab, that are healthier. So she was talking about having veggies ready so we can grab and go. She mentioned being guilty of grabbing chips because it's fast and I'm hungry while I get supper ready. So to have veggies ready to eat right away would be better. Okay,
exactly.
Cool. Jose, can I share what you wrote? Yes. I don't know if she said yes, but I'm sharing anyways. So Jose wrote, I started when I was very young. My mom used to buy all the junk food, but then shame me for eating it and gaining weight. Hard to get over these things and change my ways.
Definitely.
Very true.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is a hard thing to let go of, you know, but in a way, like, that's how it was meant to be for you. That's how it was supposed to be for you, right? So not just because we do have that past doesn't mean that it makes us a bad person in the future, or that, you know, it's just learning about what you did and then finding the growth through that. So yes, she would do that to you, but now you know that that's what happened to you. Do you do that with your kids as well? Are you continuing that cycle, or have you broken that cycle? You know, so maybe taking a moment to look at that. And I'd say if you did break that cycle, then you've grown, and then you've released some of that shame that you may have felt when you were younger. There's probably still more in there, and that's totally fine. But the only way that we can move forward and really release stuff is by reflecting on it.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Jose is typing right now.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything to share though too as well? Okay, for sure. Nice. Yes. Yeah. And thinking of maybe not you're not broken, so you don't need to be fixed. You know? You're growing, you're learning. You've done so much in the last, like, not even year, right? You've done so much for your own personal growth that it takes time, right? Years of those deep-seated stuff, you know, let's say you're 40-something, no idea what it is, I'm not going to guess, but that's, you know, that's like almost 40 years, let's say, of this deep-seated stuff that's been ingrained in you that's going to be hard to release. It's going to be really hard. So just be patient. Be patient with yourself. The ladies and Greg, all of us, all of us. Patience is key.
I think it's like we talk about awareness a lot, right? In everything Roxanne and I do, we talk about awareness and being in the present moment and being grateful, right? Gratitude. So whatever conditioning and patterning we went through, love it. That's what it was then, right? That's the past moments. But then you have the opportunity to look at it and say, okay, what about this moment is amazing? What can I be grateful for? Well, you've grown, right? As Roxanne said, you have better health habits. All of you have better health habits than you did in the past. You're giving other people those health habits as well. You're saying, like, because I'm growing every day, because I'm increasing my awareness, because I'm being more in the present moment, I'm now a better version. Not that there's anything wrong with you, but a more capable person to spread love and health to other people. Kaylee, you're cute.
Yeah.
Oh, more kids.
Yeah, more.
See, that's like...
You're told to go to bed, but, you know. Yeah. I was going to say something else, too. That's probably great.
Yeah. So that's what, like, a lot of the videos we talk about it's always going to come back to that awareness, to that really getting connected with yourself, right? And then that's how you will spread love and contribution to other people, is through connecting through yourself, right? So even in the topic of hiding food, right? It's about connecting with you. Like Roxanne says, why, and those are the ways that you're actually going to be able to grow, right? It's through that reflection process.
Reflection. It's true. And what we do projects outwards. How we feel about ourselves projects outwards, right? What we do, what we feel, what we think, what we say, everything is mirrored onto everyone, projecting onto everyone. So just remember that too. So if you're constantly judging yourself on inside, or having these high expectations of yourself, and that's what you'll project outward, right? So those are very, very hard things to let go of, but it's possible, right, Kaylee? Greg's at home, I think.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, maybe he's not at home.
No, I'm at Grandma's.
Oh, he's at Grandma's.
I was watching curling.
There you go.
Well, why are you at their house?
Because he wants to be. It's all good.
Where are they?
At home, probably. So
this is my life.
Moving, yeah, same. So moving forward, how do you guys feel about when you maybe getting yourself a journal, first off, re-journaling again, if that's something you used to do, maybe trying it if you haven't done it before. It's just a neat way to kind of get some things out. But when you do notice yourself hiding, ask yourself why. Why am I doing this?
Why am I doing this?
Just like kids, they ask why about every single thing, right?
Why?
You can do it too. Why?
Why? Why? Why?
Does that sound good?
So
entertaining.
Talking about the present moment, right? Like imagine like that smile that comes to every one of your faces when you see those kids asking those questions, right? Just being goofy and loving this freaking moment.
Mommy's
Yeah,
just getting mad.
awesome.
Leave her
If
alone.
any of you want to go deeper on these things and have these conversations with us, we are totally open to that. Our goal with this program and everything we do is about helping you guys, because ultimately every conversation we have with any of you helps us dive deeper into our own lives. Yeah. So yeah, don't be afraid to reach out to us at any time. Yeah. Like I said, that's what we're here for.
Yes. And check out ClickFunnels. Get into ClickFunnels and find all of your resources. Because how many resources are there?
A ton.
A ton.
I just said what you told me to say.
A ton.
Yeah,
well, put all of your names under the link in the Facebook group so it pops up so you can find it easy.
Yeah. Feel free to use the Facebook group too so if you're struggling with something, the ladies in this group, like it's all ladies with the exception of me.
Greg's a lady.
Thanks. But we're all here to support you too and help you in anything, right? So this isn't like a go do jumping jacks and eat kale kind of group. It's how can we help ourselves and each other be the best version of ourselves. I have gas. Okay, bye.
Okay. See you guys.
Bye.
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 Could post any questions after this as well.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay. Cool.